Okay guys, so nowadays when it comes to building a website, a very important element for its success is the loading speed. So basically the faster it loads, the higher you will rank, and conversely as well, the slower it loads, well, the lower you will rank. So it's super important obviously to make sure that your website is optimized for speed. Now Google has a tool called PageSpeed Insights which measures how fast your website loads. So a good score would be 90, and anything below that will basically impact your ranking. Very good, so today we are going to cover two important aspects to get you more visitors and more conversions by building a super fast website. And I really mean super fast. Check this out. On mobile phones we'll get a score of 91, and on desktop a perfect score of 100. So first obviously is to choose the right hosting provider. And for this, don't worry, we've got you covered. We personally use Hostinger for all our projects, and they've never ever let us down. And since we create over 500 plus accounts with Hostinger every year, they've provided us with a massive 75% discount. And I'm also going to give you a coupon code MrWeb for an extra 10% discount at checkout. So altogether up to 85% discount. And second, we're going to use the block editor to design our website obviously here because it comes built in with WordPress, and as a result is the most optimized for speed. Now to be honest, the block editor is not the easiest one to use, but don't worry, I have a very nice plugin that will convert it to a very user-friendly page builder with loads of features. Okay, so let's get started. Okay guys, so the very first step is to take care of our hosting and domain name registration. So for this, simply click on the very first link in the description below where it says get hosting here. Now it's important that you use that link because it will bring you to a co-branded page that we have with Hostinger, which will give you access to 75% discount. And if you use the coupon code MrWeb at checkout, you'll get an extra 10% discount on top. So simply click on this link here. And this is going to bring you to this page. And again, this is a co-branded page that we have with Hostinger. So special prices, obviously, no special discounts. If you scroll down the page, you'll find different plans. So as you can see, start from only $2.99 per month. Next one up is $3.99. And then the cloud startup is $9.99. So what's the difference between those three? Well, basically is the performances and the speed. So as you can see, this one is standard performance, this one is up to 5 times faster, and this one up to 10 times faster. So now it depends on the amount of resources that you need. If you're only running one website, this one is absolutely fine. Now, if you're running multiple websites and also maybe e-commerce website, you might want to consider either this one or this one, depending on the amount of traffic and visitors that you're expecting every month. And also with Hostinger, you get a lot of free stuff. You know, you get free SSL certificate, free email, and also a free domain name. These options normally are paid with most web hosting companies. So in this case, you get those for free as well. And if you go for the business plan here, you get free CDN as well, Content Delivery Network. Now, obviously, they provide you with daily backup and weekly backup. As you can see, the entry level here is weekly backup, so they will back up your website once a week. If you go for the $3.99 one, you'll get a daily backup as well. So every day you have a full backup of your website. So feel free to select any of those plans. You can start with the $2.99 one, and you can always upgrade to the next one up later down the line if you need more resources. So let's get started with this one here. So click on Add to Cart. And from here, you're going to select your billing cycle. So as you can see, it goes from 12 months to 48 months. Obviously, the longer your billing cycle, the more you're going to save. As you can see, it's $2.99 per month, but here you're going to save $432. Here, $216, and right here, $108. So what does that mean exactly? Well, basically, if you lock in your price at $2.99 for a year, after that, you will renew at $9.99. If you select 24 months, you will renew at $7.99, and 48 months, you will renew at $6.99. So basically, for 4 years, you're going to pay $2.99 per month instead of $6.99. So feel free to select any of those. So let's continue on with the 48 months deal here, okay? So scroll down the page, you can create your account, you select your payment method, and right here, we have a quick overview of how much it's going to cost you. So as you can see here, the normal price should be $707 down to $176. So this is a massive saving, isn't it? Now I also have a coupon code for you. So here, type in MrWeb. So there you go. And as you can see, the normal price $176.53, including taxes. Now let's apply this. And as you can see, now it's only $158.88. So that means that you get to enjoy a massive discount of 78%. And then after this, proceed to checkout. And now you can log into your account. So let's do this together. So simply enter your email address and password, and let's log in. So this is your hosting a dashboard, and right here on top, as you can see, you can claim your free domain. So for this, let's click on claim domain. And right there, you're going to type the domain name that you want to register. So for instance, your domain name, okay? And then select your extension. As you can see, you have .in for India, .me for personal websites, .com, this is the most popular one, obviously. You also have .net, .xyz, .help, .host. So select the one that suits your type of business. So let's go ahead with .com as an example here. And then we're going to check the availability. So let's click on this. And as you can see, this one is already taken. So you might have to look for a different variation of your domain name. So in our case here, we're just going to try to register Learn with Mr. Web, okay, as a .com. So again, let's check the availability. So this one is available. So we're going to claim our domain, okay? So let's do this together. So let's claim our domain. And then by law, you have to enter your details here, obviously, you know, because you have to know who's registering the domain name. So let's click on the next step. So I'm going to fill this out very quickly. So there you go. And now finish registration. Very good. So now let's click continue. Very good. As I can see, the email verification is pending at the moment. So basically go to your mailbox and click on the link that's inside that email. So I've done that already. So now we can refresh. Very good. As you can see, now it's active and verified as well. Now we can set up our server. So we go back home here. So depending on which plan you purchase, maybe premium, business or cloud, you will see one of those sections here, okay? So when it's not set up yet, you will have a button like this one just next to it. So again, it could be premium, business or cloud. Either of those is absolutely fine, you know? So now click on setup. Now we're going to click on start now. And right here, you're going to go through a few different questions. It's like a setup wizard, basically, you know, to help you set up your hosting. So as you can see, I have a few questions here. What are you creating the website for? So you can select either of those, or you can skip altogether. I would advise that you skip this one altogether, you know. Right here, what are you going to do? Are you going to create a new website or migrate a website? Well, in our case, we're going to create a new website. So select this. So do you want to build this with AI or ourselves? Well, we're going to build this ourselves. So just skip this step altogether now. And you're going to select your domains. So normally it should show up automatically, but if you have more than one domain registered, you might click on the drop-down menu and select the one that you want to assign to this, and then click select. And now right here, you're going to select your server. So this should be normally the nearest either to you or to your target audience. So let's say if you're based in United States, selling to people in the United States, well, you select either of those two here. But maybe you're based in the United States, maybe selling exclusively in Europe, in which case you might select one of those servers here, okay? So because we're based in Ireland here, we can select either Netherlands or maybe United Kingdom. So United Kingdom should be nearest. So let's click on this and now we click change. Very good. And now we're going to finish our setup. So as you can see, now it's taking care of everything. We can see the progress line. So now as you can see, it's installing the SSL certificate for us automatically. Very good. So we're done already. As you can see, well done. You are ready. So from here, you can either go and see your website. So we don't need that because we haven't built anything yet. So we're going to go back to our control panel. Okay, so let's click on Manage Site. There you go. And we're back to our dashboard now. So now from here, we're going to create an email address and also we're going to install WordPress on our server. So first, as you can see, it says free email. Setup is not finished. So let's click on the Manage here. Very good. So as you can see, I've paid plans as well. I would go with the free one. Absolutely no problem with this, you know. So I'll click select. So let's create our email address. So maybe info@. You're going to enter your password and then a recovery email just in case. I'm just going to put hello@mrweb.tv. Okay. And now we're going to create our new account. And there you go. As you can see, we have a new email address now and you can access it using the webmail. So if you click on this, you can open this in a new tab. So this is your email address. Enter your password as well and click login. And there you go. As you can see, this is your mailbox, basically inbox and sent and spam and archive. So basically you can access all your emails immediately from here. And now we can go back to our dashboard. Okay. So from here, we're going to install WordPress. So right here, you have website. Click on this, expand. And as you can see, you have WordPress and auto installer. This is the one we need to click on. Okay. So click on auto installer. And now for this type of project, we just need WordPress. We don't need WooCommerce. WooCommerce is an e-commerce platform. We just need WordPress on its own. So what we're going to do is click on this. So select. So first, let's enter the website title. So maybe Learn with Mr. Web. Make sure the admin email is correct and then create a username and a password as well. Now we move to the next step. So right here, you can select if you want automatic updates or not. So it is advised to use this option here, update only to minor version, but that's really up to you. If you want to automatically update to the newest version, you can select this one here altogether. Again, that's really up to you, okay? And then click install. And there you go, guys. You can see this is done already. So we have everything installed, you know, Lightspeed Cache, Object Cache, SSL certificate. So now you can edit your website by clicking on this button here. So I'll click on that, it will open up in a new tab, and this will give us access to our WordPress dashboard. Very good, so welcome to your WordPress dashboard. So let's have a look at our website. So if you hover on the title here, visit site, right click open in a new tab, this is what it looks like. So this is the 2024 theme. So this is the one that comes with WordPress by default, and we're going to change that obviously, you know. So first we're going to install the theme and then our Spectra plugin in order to enable extra features and have a super user-friendly page builder. So let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. So this time we go to Appearance, Themes, and this is the default one we have at the moment, so 2024. So add a new theme. And right here you can select among a few different options. So you can select Astra as well if you wanted to. You know, Astra is from the same company that develop Spectra, or you can look for Spectra one, which is the most compatible one for Spectra, obviously, you know. So hover on top, install, and then activate. And as you can see, once you have the Spectra one theme installed, it will offer you to install the Spectra Builder as well. So for the Spectra Builder, there's a free version and a paid version as well. So first, I'm going to install the free version. So I'll click on this button here. Very good. So now the Spectra free version is installed, and if you go back to plugins here, you should find it normally. There you go. This is the one. Okay. And now let me show you. Let's go to their website here. So if you go to wpspectra.com, as always, I'll leave all the links in the description below. You can create a dream website with a visual website builder. So this is the pro version here. So let's address the price first. Let's go to pricing. So annually for one website, it only starts at $49 US, which is quite affordable, you know, based on the amount of features that you will get. And again, as you can see, this is a full-featured page builder to create super fast and truly amazing websites. So this is the key, guys, here, you know, super fast, and which means that it's optimized for the page speed score, obviously, you know. So again, $49 US. Now, if you have more than one website, you can maybe purchase this for 10, maybe 1,000 websites. As you can see, you can extend your licenses, and you can also buy this as a lifetime license. And in this case, it's more advantageous. It's only $199 for one website, in which case you don't have to renew every year. So this is really up to you to decide which one you want to use. So what you get exactly with Spectra Pro compared to the free version? Well, if you scroll down, you will find here you have, for instance, the Popup Builder, which is very nice to generate more interaction with your visitors. The Loop Builder as well, if you're building blogs or something like this. And you can also insert dynamic content directly inside your page builder. You also get access to custom blocks, like, for instance, image gallery, Instagram feed, user login and registration form, modal features, and many more, and a lot of different extensions as well. So first, let's install the Pro version. So we go back here. So add new plugin, upload plugin, and I'm going to choose the file. And this is the one here, okay, Spectra Pro, and then open, install, and then activate the plugin. And now to access all the Pro features, you need to activate your plugin. So enter the license key, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, and then activate. Excellent. So now the license is active, and then we can start designing our website. So for this, we go to pages, and we're going to start creating our different pages. So by default, there is one here that's called privacy. You can trash this all together, get rid of it. And now we start with a clean slate. So to add your pages, all you have to do is to click on this button here, add new page, and let's start maybe with our home page. So what we need to do first is to type the title. So home page, just like this, okay? And by the side, as you can see, I have a few different tools. So this comes with Spectra. So by default, with the block editor, you will not get this. This is thanks to Spectra. We have all these different shortcuts. Right here, we have the design library. We also have some Spectra tools and also the AI assistant. So if you run into trouble, you can click on this. As you can see, build 10 times faster with Spectra AI. And with it, you can save a lot of time. Obviously, you can translate your pages in different languages. You can write content for your page. So instead of typing everything yourself, you can ask AI to build that page for you. You can generate custom code, customize templates, craft product description, engage with your comments, and basically the possibilities are endless, like it says here, you know. So all you have to do is to type here your request. And as you can see, if I hover on top, I cannot type at the minute. Well, basically what you have to do is to click on this button here and request your first 1,000 free monthly credits. So this is free at the start, you know, so make use of it. Again, this can save you a lot of time. So now when it comes to designing your pages, there are multiple approaches to take. So for instance, you can click on the plus sign here. As you can see, you have access to all the different blocks, all the different patterns, all the different medias, and you would start with your blocks. So you could add maybe a container, inside the container with 2 different columns, okay? And if you click on the plus sign here, maybe you can add a heading and also, let's say, maybe a paragraph just underneath, okay? Just like that. And this is basically how you can build your website. So clearly, this is the less efficient way of doing so. Now let's delete this and start over again with a simpler way of doing things. So you could use the design libraries. And again, this is a feature that's only available with Spectra. So let's click on this together. And right here on top, as you can see, you have 3 different options: patterns, pages, and kits. So let's go through this together. Let me show you how you can build beautiful pages and create a fantastic website exactly the way you want. So if you go to patterns, what are these exactly? Well, consider patterns as maybe different sections on your page. So as you can see, every page would have a hero section, definitely, you know, probably about us section as well. Maybe you want to show your services and maybe some specific features. Maybe you want to add a contact form at the bottom as well, or something like this. Okay, so as you can see, you have all the usual most common popular sections here by the side. So patterns basically are different sections that you can add to your page. So this is one way of doing it. Or you can import a whole page all together. So most websites will have the same type of pages. Normally a website is made out of homepage, about us, services, and contact us. So you could import any of those pages immediately. So if I click on homepage as an example here, so these are the 5 different ones that you can import. And again, all you have to do is to hover on top to have a quick overview. And if you like it, well, basically click on insert and it will insert all the blocks and create all the structure immediately for you. Or if you want to go the easiest way possible, you have what is called kits. So what are kits? Well, these are ready-made templates, ready-made websites with all the pages and everything built in. So all you have to do is basically hover on top, import the template kit, and your website will be built in just a few clicks. So these are basically the 3 different ways that you can use to design beautiful websites using the design library from Spectra. So let's go to patterns together. So most web design agencies and web designers like to have full control over the outcome. In this case, you could use obviously the different patterns, like we said, the different sections, and create things exactly the way you want them. So obviously a page would normally start with the hero section. So let's click on this together. And as you can see, you have all these different types. And then you can insert the one that you like, obviously, and that fits your purpose here, either for you or your client, obviously, you know. So let's have a look at this one, perhaps. This is very nice. So let's say you want to insert this as your hero section. All you have to do is click on this button here, insert, click on this. And as you can see, to access the template library, you need to create a free account with ZipWP. So I already have an account with them. I'm already logged in, but all you have to do is click Get Started. There you go. As you can see, it will bring you to this page here from ZipWP. So like I said, I'm already logged in, but you have to create an account, enter your credentials, and then here click Continue. And there you go, guys. You can see the block has been imported successfully. So this took only just 1 click of the mouse, and this is absolutely amazing, very fast indeed. And now you can customize this as you see fit and based on your or your client's requirements. So before we customize everything, what we can do is basically create our main structure. So here now we can add maybe another section as well, you know. So if you go back to the design library, we go to patterns, so we have the hero section. Normally after this, you have a short about us section, I would say, you know. And again, as you can see, you can select any of those. So I'll select something that you like. Obviously, I'm going to go with this one. I think it looks very neat and clean. So insert again. Very good. So as you can see, hero section, scroll down. This is our story, discover our journey so far. As you can see, very clean layout, easy to read, easy to follow, easy on the eye, and yet very, very professional looking. So let's add another one again underneath. So the design library. So here maybe you could have our different services perhaps. Okay, so you have services and services list. So that's really up to you, you know. I'm going to go maybe with services list in this case. And let's scroll down, see what are the different options. I think this one, let's go with the 3 one here. Okay, so insert. Very good. So this is just underneath now our services. And as you can see, they're all in line. They all match each other. And obviously you can customize everything yourself afterwards, you know. So let's add one more section here, maybe a contact section or something like this, you know. We could have contact. So let's go and see contact form. Okay. And right here, just underneath, you have your contact details, address, and everything. So let's go with something very nice. Maybe this one here. I like it. Insert. Very good. So there you go, guys. So this is all done already. And now we can customize this with our own details, obviously, and our own content. And obviously, before making your changes, don't forget to click publish to save your work, obviously, so you don't lose anything. Excellent. So before we start editing the content, we can have a quick preview, see what it looks like in the front end. So there you go. As you can see, I have the header here, a bit of gap, but don't worry, you can change that very easily. Hero section, about us, our services, and the contact section, okay? And then at bottom, obviously, we have the footer section as well. So as you can see, this is quite in line with the rest of the content. The header section, not so much, but don't worry, you can customize everything top to bottom, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now, okay? So let's go back to the content here, to our page. Very good. So now to change the content here on your page, if you're not familiar with it, let me show you very quickly. So all you have to do is to hover on the section that you want to customize and then click on it, okay? And then right here by the side, you can display the sidebar, and this is where you have all the customization feature. As you can see, general. So this is basically to change the content itself, and then you can stylize each and every section as well using the style. So I have the title here, the description, and also the spacing, and each item here will be relevant to every type of block that you're going to add here, obviously. So this is a heading. So for the heading, you have content, and you have the styling related to the title and description. Now, if you were to select maybe the button here, obviously the styling features are different. You have the text spacing, and for the general is basically the alignment, and that's basically it. So depending on the type of block that you have, you'll have different styling and different general options as well. So if you wanted to change this, obviously this is your hero section. This is the most important section of your website. When someone lands on your website, you need to tell them exactly what to do, possibly as well where you're based, and maybe a bit of background story. And basically by seeing this, they need to know exactly what it is that you do, and there'll be no confusion whatsoever. And this way they can decide whether or not you're the right fit for them, okay? So let's say if you provide, I don't know, web design or maybe a cleaning company or whatever it is, my formula is very simple. The simpler you put it here, the better, you know. So if I provide web design, mainly in Ireland, well, what I would type here is very simple. I would type something like this. So for instance, web design services for small businesses. So this way we know that we provide web design services and our target audience is small businesses. And underneath as a subheading, we could have, are you a small business owner based in Ireland? So they know that we work within Ireland, okay? Looking to gain more exposure, attract more customers, and generate more conversions? If so, let's talk. We offer a free onboarding consultation, okay? And then we can use this button here as a call to action button in relation to this, obviously, you know? And then we can have maybe this link to our contact form at the bottom or something similar. So let me show you how we can do that. So if you click on the button here, maybe instead of get started, we could have maybe book a free consultation, okay? So as you can see, this could be linked to an internal page, or we can link this back to the form that we have here at the bottom. So I'm going to show you how we can do that, okay? So as you can see, this says contact us, but you could have maybe request a quote or request a free consultation just next to it, okay? And then we can use that form to get their details. So we can link this back as well to the button. It's very easily done. So let me show you how to do that. If you go back on top here and click on it, right here in the content section, you can add a link. So what we're going to do is basically create an internal link, so an anchor. So if you go down here at the bottom, okay, fetch this one, fetch your form, okay, click on it. And for this, all you have to do is to go to advanced, expand, and as you can see, HTML anchor. So you need to give it a name. As you can see, enter a word or two without space to make it unique. So here we could have maybe request -a- quote, okay. Now copy this, Control C, and now we go back to the top to our button, click on it, okay. And right here, we're going to put hashtag followed by request a quote, okay. So let's click update. Now let's go back to the front end and refresh. And let me show you how this works. As you can see, web design services for small businesses, book a free consultation. And this is bringing us directly to the bottom of the page where our contact form is, okay? So this is how this works. So this is very nice. And now obviously we need to change the background image here. So if you click on the main section itself, if you go to style, this is where the image is, okay? So now you can remove this, okay? So just delete that and upload your own. So click on the plus sign and then select file. And I found one online here. This could be your premises or something like this, you know, and then open and then select. And there you go, guys. You can see now we have a completely different feel. Now we can see that this is a web design agency, how many employees you have. They can visualize basically your premises and your office and who they're dealing with. So here by the side, as you can see, you have this rounded shape. You can actually center that differently. As you can see, you can show maybe different sides of your office if you wanted to display more on the plant maybe here, or maybe more centered or more on top, depending on how big the image is. You can use that to actually reposition it exactly the way you want. Okay, so this is basically how you can change the background image, the hero section, and obviously you would do the same with everything else on your page. So if you wanted to change our story here, all you have to do is to maybe type about us and then change the text and so on and so on. So everything else, I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory after this, you know. Now if you wanted to insert something on your page, like for instance underneath this or whatever, you can always use those different items here by the side. So these are your favorites that you can add, and then if you click on the plus sign, these are the list of all the blocks that you can use. I can see info box, countdown timer, icon, counter, FAQs. So there is a lot of features here. Obviously we won't have time to cover all this, but if you need help with any of them, you can simply go on the Spectra website and they have an explanation for each and every one of those items. And as always, I'll put the link in the description below. Now if you wanted to add a favorite one here, as always, let's say you use price list very often, or maybe post grid very often, or something like this, you can easily add it to your favorites. Simply click on the plus sign and then select it from here and then add it. Okay, so let's say maybe you use a lot of FAQs or maybe Google Maps. Click on it and there you go. Now you can reuse Google Maps very easily without having to click on the plus sign and look for it. Okay, and once you're done editing your page, click update. There you go. So this is us done. So let's go back to the home page and refresh. As you can see, now we have the new image in the background, our heading, subheading, book a consultation, and this is going to bring us to the contact form here. So now you want to make sure the contact form is going to reach you. So how can you customize this as well? Let me show you very quickly. So one last thing I'd like to show you on this page is basically the contact form here. So as you can see, I have contact us here. So to edit this again, just change this, you know, and type your own address and everything. So let me show you how you can customize the contact form here, and also to make sure that it's reaching you as well, to make sure it's going to reach your email address. So as you can see, I have name, email, and message. So in our case here, maybe you want to ask them what sort of project they have in mind, you know, instead of message, maybe type of web project you have in mind, email address, and maybe you want to ask them as well for their phone number. Okay, so what you can do basically, if you click on side of this, you have the plus sign. If you click on this, you can see you have name, email, hidden, phone, text area, checkbox. So these are all different types of fields that you can use. If you click on browse all, it will display them all by the side, and now you can use them and add them basically. So to request the phone number, as you can see, there's a dedicated field here, so you could use this and click on it. There you go. As you can see, that's been added, and now you can select the prefix here and then type the phone number next to it. Now, if you wanted to reorganize them, reorder them differently, what you can do is basically use the arrow here. Okay, so if I click on this, you can see this is going to be moved down a bit, or you can move it up and then ask for the email first. That's really up to you, you know. So what I would do maybe is to ask for the email first and then the phone number, and you can make them required as well. So if you need the phone number, well, this is mandatory. Use the toggle switch basically. Okay. Now, to make sure that this is reaching you now, that you receive the contact details and everything, click on this one here where it says submit on the whole box here at the bottom, okay? So these are just fields. As you can see, field, 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 field. If you click on the outside, this is basically your whole contact form, and this is basically where you can set your email address and make sure you receive the details. So once they've submitted the form, as you can see, the form has been submitted successfully. Maybe you want to change this to thank you for contacting us. We'll get back to you within 1 working day or something like this, okay? And if there's an error message, type the error message as well. So we have the submit button here. As you can see, you can decide where you want to display it, in the middle, maybe on the left, or maybe take the full width, you know. Again, that's really up to you. It's just a matter of preferences. And then the action here, obviously you want to send it. You can CC and BCC as well. So right here, as you can see, this is your email address. So I'm just going to type here, hello@mrweb.tv, okay? And this is the email address where the content will be sent to. That's basically it, okay? And there you go, your homepage is ready to go. So now anyone filling out those details, click the submit button, you will receive that to your hello@mrweb.tv, your email address, and then you can get in touch with them, obviously, and generate extra sales. And then once you're done editing the homepage, click update, and that's basically it. This is the homepage done. And obviously you will always go to the front end and make sure it's displaying fine. As you can see, I have all our details here, and the phone number now is being requested here in the contact form as well. So that's basically how this works. And obviously you would do so with as many pages as you have. So if I go back to the WordPress dashboard, as you can see, we have our home page, but obviously you're going to do the same for your About Us, for your services, and so on and so on. And again, this is one way of doing it, but you can also use your pattern or insert pages all together. So let me show you very quickly if you were to do so as well. So let's add a new page, and let's call this one About Us. Okay, so publish. Very good. And now we're going to use the design library and import the whole page just to show you how this works. Okay, so let's go to About Us, and let's say you like this one here. Okay, let's say this one. Now you can click Insert, and there you go, guys. You can see this is the About Us page, and now all you have to do is to customize each and every section just like we did earlier on, obviously, you know. So very easy, very fast, very professional. And again, like I said, this is the most important part. This is optimized for speed, obviously, you know. So let's click Update. Very good. And then you might do so as well, maybe for the contact page and then the services page. And once you have everything done, your website will be almost finished. So let's go back to the front end very quickly. So let's go here. And as you can see on top, we have the header section. So that doesn't look great yet. And the footer section, you might want to customize this as well and add all your personal links and information here. So how can you do that? Again, we go back to the WordPress dashboard. And because this is using the full site editing, we go to Appearance, we go to Editor. And from here to customize your header and footer section, you would think you go to Navigation, but it's not actually here. It is under Pattern. So click on this and then scroll down the page and you will see template parts. So you have header and footer, and these are the ones being used on our website, but you have different header and footers available as well that you can use if you wanted to. So if you click on this, as you can see, these are the different types of footer sections available, and these are the different types of header sections available. So this is really up to you based on your personal preferences. You can select any of those, but at the minute this is the one that's assigned to our website. And now if you wanted to change the content of your header section here, you can easily do so by clicking on it. So this is what it looks like at the moment. And now to customize this, all you have to do is to click on it. So now you can change the content here yourself. So all you have to do is to click on each and every element here and then customize them as you see fit. Or you can replace it with a brand new one altogether, in which case all you have to do is to click on the Alter section here, delete it all together, right? Now click on the plus sign. Now we go to Patterns, go to Headers, and here are all the different headers available. So let's say if you prefer this one over the other one or whatever, you know, just click on it, go back to your page, and there you go, guys. Now you have a brand new header that's more fitting to the current layout that we have, and then you can customize each and every aspect. So let's add our own logo here. So all you have to do is basically click on it, and then let's replace this with our own logo. Okay, so open media library. As you can see, I've uploaded a few already, so I'm just going to select this one. I think the color is more fitting, or maybe perhaps this one. Okay, and then select. And now clearly this is way too big, so you can use the handle here and then drag it by the side until you're happy with the size. So a logo shouldn't be too big, you know, and not too small either. It should normally be the same height as whatever other elements you have here, like the button. This should be about the same height, so I'd say just about here. So just to be sure, click on the outside to have a quick look, and I think this is fine. Now you may have noticed that the color, the original color should be normally a greenish, and yet it is black. So why is that? Well, if you go here, as you can see in the image, in the styling feature, we have a filter here that's called duotone. So you can remove that if you wanted to, you know, you can change this with another color as well, you know, use one of those primary colors. But again, you can select black or whichever color you see fit, you know. So let's leave it like this for now. Okay, very good. And then you have the menu here itself. As you can see, if you click on it, so these are all different elements that you can add for your different pages. So you have home page, about us, blog page, contact page, and then you will add the URL here and link back to your actual internal pages. After this, we have the call to action button. So again, this is a very important one. So if you go back to the front end, remember on top, we had this section here, book a free consultation. Maybe you can do the same here again. Okay, so we go back here, and here we're going to type get a free consultation. There you go, something like this. And now we need to add the link attached to this. So this should go to our homepage and to a very specific section, which is the contact form. So if you hover on top of the button, as you can see here at the bottom, we have the link itself. So right click on it, copy link address, go back here, click on the link here, and insert the link. And don't forget to click on the return submit button here, okay? Click on that. There you go. So this is working now. Now we can save this, save. Let's go back to the home page and refresh. There you go. As you can see now we have a brand new header. So if you click on this, it will bring us directly to this section, which is the call to action button. Now, the only thing I don't like with the header is the actual menu section. So I'm going to show you another way of doing it. So if you hover here on top, click on the plus sign, and here look for menu, okay? And what we want to find is navigation. Click on this one. So there you go, that's been added. And as you can see, we'll automatically fetch the pages that actually exist. So what we can do is delete this one altogether. So delete and go to the back end again. And then from here, we go to appearance and then editor again. And we're going to fetch the navigation. So this is the one here, and then go to this one at the bottom, okay? And as you can see, I have About Us and Homepage, which is exactly what we have here, About Us Homepage. So whatever changes you make here will apply automatically to your header. So you don't have to go back and edit your header each and every time, which is much easier, I think, from a user perspective, okay? So what we could do maybe is to have the homepage first, which would make more sense. So drag and drop. And then once you're happy enough, all you have to do is save. And like I said, this will reflect back immediately into your menu section. So every changes that you make here will reflect here automatically. So after this, all you have to do is click save. Okay, so this is done. So let's go back to the front end and refresh. And there you go. As you can see now, I have homepage and About Us. So how do you add more pages? Well, it's very simple. Let's go back here. As you can see, if you click on the block itself here, okay, the author block, all you have to do is go by the side here and click on the plus, okay? And as you can see, you have page link. So this is what you need to click on. And then you can select the page that you want to add, okay? So as you can see, I've created services and contact already. So you can add services and maybe a contact page as well. And there you go. And again, you can reorganize them, you know. Very good. So to put this to the test, we're going to save, okay, and then go back to the front end and refresh. And there you go. As you can see, now we have all our different items. So if I click on contact, it's going to bring us to the contact page, services as well. So always put it to the test, you know. I try things out and make sure that everything is working fine. So as you may have noticed, we have this breadcrumb here on top, that purple bar here with the title and the page name. So clearly we don't need that, so we can get rid of it very easily. And again, you go back to the WordPress dashboard, we go to our pages. So let's edit the home page as an example here. And right by the side, you have the template here, okay? See this section here, click on that. At the moment is pages. So you can edit the template or swap the template. There are different templates available. This one is if you want to add the sidebar, but obviously we don't want that. We're going to click on edit template. And there it is. So it's right here on top. All you have to do is basically click on this section here and then delete. Okay. And as you can see, now it's going to free up some space and delete it all together. Now, if you click on update, now we go back to WordPress again, edit the home page. And as you will see, now it is gone. So if you go back to the home page here on the website itself and then refresh, there you go, guys. You can see that looks absolutely smashing and absolutely really professional. And again, as you can see, thanks to this header, everything is in line. So we have a black and white header with a call to action button in purple. This is purple here. Scroll down, black and white. Very clean layout, and call to action again in purple. So obviously now we can edit the footer section as well. So let's do that together. So again, you've guessed it, we go back to the WordPress dashboard. This time we go to appearance, editor. Then we go to pattern, and then again we have different footer sections available. You know, these are all the different ones you can choose from. So let's scroll down. This is the one that's being used. If you want to edit, click on it again, and now you can customize the content, obviously, you know. So if you don't like this one, maybe it's too overcrowded for you, there's too many links, you only have a few pages, this is maybe all a bit too much, too unnecessary. Or again, what you can do is click on the outer layout, and then delete. And I can insert the footer section that you want. So click on the plus sign, we go to patterns again, and then footers, and then select the one that you want. So again, we have only just a few pages here, so maybe this one will be more suitable, or perhaps this one. I think I'm going to go with this one here, okay? So insert this, click on that again. And again, we can change the logo here, change all the text, and this is our menu section again. As you can see, it's fetch everything automatically. So we're going to go and change this ourselves. So replace with our own media, open media library. I'm going to select the logo and then select. And again, this is way too big. So grab the handle here and then resize this as you see fit. And again, in the middle here, as you can see, these are single elements. I don't like that at all. We can replace that all together with a menu section, basically a navigation menu. Okay, so click on this, delete. and we're going to click on the plus sign in the middle, and this is called navigation here. Okay, select this one, and there you go. Now we need to select the menu that we want to display here, and for this we go by the side, click on those 3 dots, and this is navigation. And as you can see, I have homepage, about us, services, and contacts. So this is the one we just created, and again it will reflect back throughout the whole website. And then for the social media icons here, all you have to do is basically click on them, insert your link, and that's basically it. Now if you wanted to add one, maybe let's say you have another social media platform, you can easily do so simply by clicking on those 3 dots here and then duplicate, and then click on this one, and if you go by the side, the plus sign, you'll have all the different social media platforms, so whatever you want to add, obviously, you know. So let's say maybe you have a Reddit, or maybe Snapchat, or whatever, or Twitch account, you know. All you have to do is basically click on this. There you go, and I will be added there automatically, okay? And then add the address here, and that's basically it, guys, okay? So I'm just going to delete this for now, and that's all basically, okay? So you can delete them if you have too many, or you can add them by basically duplicating it and changing its content. And then right here we have the copyright claim, so you can type whatever you want, you know, 2024, and then maybe website designed by, and then your company name or something like this, okay? And then once you're done, all you have to do is click save. So let's go back to the home page and refresh. And as you can see, now we have our new footer section. So that's basically it, guys. Now we have our website done and dusted. Very good. So now let me show you one more feature that's built into Spectra, and it's going to help you get more conversions. And this is the Popup Builder. Okay, so you go to Spectra and then Popup Builder, click on this. Let's create a new one together. And then you have a choice among 2 different options, info bar or pop-up. So info bar will look something like this. As you can see here, you could have maybe a countdown timer or something like this. And the purpose obviously is to engage your visitors. And then you can have a call to action button as well. And this obviously will increase your conversion rate. Or we can use the other one. So let me leave this for now. So create a new pop-up again. And this time we're going to select pop-up here. Okay, so this is a pop-up window. So let's click on this, and it will basically look like this. So this is an overlay pop-up window that will show up on top of the content that's behind. And again, the purpose is to engage your visitors with a call to action button, okay? So what we can do is basically customize this, and then I'm going to show you how you can set the trigger and where you want to display it on your website. So right here on top, as you can see, you have engage your visitors. So you could type maybe something like this. So let me change the content here very quickly. So perhaps something like this, you know, 20% off first time buyer. If this is your first time with us, we'd like to extend a special 20% discount. All you have to do is basically fill out the details, you know, and then you have the call to action button here. So if they click on this, this could be redirected to an internal page with maybe a special contact form fetching their details, obviously, you know. So this is what I've done. I've created a new page here called 20% discount. So let me show you what it looks like. So this is basically it. First time buyer, enjoy 20% discount, name, email address, etc, etc, okay? So now what you can do is basically fetch this URL here, Control C, okay? And go back here, and now we can link this to our call to action. As you can see, this is the one here. This is a button. Scroll down the page, add the link right there, and that's basically it. Okay, so now click update, and now we go back to the home page. So let's refresh our page very quickly here, and if you scroll down the page, as you can see, nothing is happening. So the reason is because we haven't set our trigger yet. And now if you go back here, you find by the side something that's called visibility. Okay, if you click on this, as you can see, you have a trigger type load, exit intent, or element. So basically load, basically when you refresh or access a page, it's when it's loading. So what's the difference? Well, this is page load. When you load the page, obviously it will show up, and then you can delay this in seconds. So maybe after 5 seconds they've accessed your page, it will show up. You have the exit intent. So basically if I want to close the page or something like this, then it will show up immediately, obviously. And then you have element. So this is basically the handle that you can use. So basically with this, you can copy and paste the class above to any blocks, additional classes to create it clickable. So if you wanted to add a button here, for instance, close me or something like this, or maybe link one of those icons, you can do so by adding this in the class section. That's basically it, okay? So let's go on page load, and we're going to set it to maybe 3 seconds, okay? And if it's on page load, you can set a condition as well, display condition. So where you're going to display it, as you can see, on the entire website, or only specific pages, okay? Or do not display on specific pages as well, or just leave it as is and display on the entire website. So what I'm going to do, basically, if you scroll down, you have basically here the page, all pages, okay? I'm just going to select this one as an example. So return to post, update, And then let's go back to the front end and let's go back to our home page. And normally if we scroll down the page after 3 seconds, there you go. As you can see, we have our pop-up window. Excellent. So now the last thing to do is to test the performances of our website. So we go to Page Speed Insights. Let's enter the web address and then analyze. Excellent. So on mobile phones, we have a score of 91. Which is actually very amazing. You know, it's very rare that you get anything over 90 on mobile phones, so this is a positive point already. And then on desktop, 100, guys. So that's basically it. You cannot get better than this. So there you go, guys. This is how you can build a super fast website that will help you to rank higher in Google search results. And I really mean super fast. Check this out. We get a score of 91 on mobile phones and on desktop 100. And I really mean super fast. Check this out. On mobile phones, we'll get a score of 91 and on desktop a perfect score of 100.